Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We have been doing all these planets in different nakshatras videos, Darakaraka in different nakshatras, Lagna Lord in different nakshatras and so on. So in that light, I want to continue with the different house lords in different nakshatras. Now because we have already done Lagna Lord in different nakshatras, I will give you the link to that video in the comment section below. Today I want to do the second house lord when it is placed in the different nakshatras of other planets. What is the result it may bring in your remuneration, in your livelihood, in your ability to be able to seek and develop nourishment, in your principal values, and all that the second house stands for, when it will give you results basis what it is karakatvaza. Now when the second house lord gets into the nakshatras ruled by the sun, the sun has both the sun ruled nakshatras have both the fire and earth energies, because one pada of each of its nakshatras is in the fire sign and three padas of each of its nakshatras are in the earth sign. So majority or the major strength of sun ruled nakshatras are the fire energies, and 3/4 of the energies are the earth energies, which are about being detailed, being steadfast. So when the second house lord goes into the nakshatras ruled by the sun, so firstly it brings a fiery resolve, and also a person who will be more responsible in his or her earnings will be somebody who will stand by their need to be able to create remuneration, livelihood for the family, for themselves, but with the responsibility and the accountability and with the leadership, which means this person will take the leadership to create the resources for the family rather than depending on others, as and when the person is able to stand up on his feet and become independent. So now when the second house lord gets into the nakshatra ruled by the sun in the first nakshatra, which is the Kritika nakshatra. So here in Kritika nakshatra, one pada is in Aries and three padas are in the Taurus sign. So the Aries energy is more about the go-getting energy, to be able to go and achieve, and the Taurus energies are about the second house, seeking livelihood and with a fierce resolve. So this is a person who will be very helpful, very caring, very sincere in trying to get his remuneration and trying to help people. This is a person who will be very passionate in trying to get the livelihood, the nourishment for the family, and sometimes can be critical of not being able to derive enough resources from wherever the sources are. So if he's at his job, he feels that he is not able to make enough remuneration, so he will think his job or his bosses or his work is responsible for not giving him or not allowing him to make enough remuneration which he deserves and which he desires. If it's the Uttara Falguni nakshatra, one pada is in Leo, three padas are in the Virgo sign. So this is an energy where the person wants to take the lead and also takes a lot of pride in making the earning for the family, and is very dedicated and very hardworking in trying to get the remuneration because of the three padas being in the Virgo sign energies. If it is the Uttarashada nakshatra, which second lord gets into a nakshatra ruled by the sun, one pada is in Sagittarius sign and three padas are in Capricorn sign. So this is a person who is ready to take risks, even calculated risks, but will also ready to go places, go out of his comfort zone, even go out of his city and country to be able to earn if at all the opportunity arises, and work with a lot of dedication, hard work, with the three padas of Capricorn signify. And this is a very disciplined person, very outgoing person, and is a very friendly person trying to strike a chord with others, so that in the end the nourishment which he seeks is able to get from his hard work, from his dedication, from his commitment. Now if the second house lord gets into the nakshatras ruled by Mercury, Mercury ruled nakshatras have the water sign energies, or the water, or each of the nakshatras is in the water sign. So it is either in the Cancer sign or in the Scorpio sign or in the Pisces sign. Now when the second house lord goes into the nakshatras ruled by Mercury, so Mercury energies are being very analytical, very calculated, and only depending on calculated advice, calculated analytical ability to see where the money is coming from, where they should go, what they should do, what actions they should follow, even what education they should do to be able to get that remuneration. All of these abilities, all of these perspectives kick in for the person to be able to make his money. So now, if it's in the first nakshatra, Aslesha, where all the 4 padas are in the Cancer sign, so this is a person who's very intense in his or her ability to be able to get the remuneration, and sometimes will be very insightful where the money will come from, and will want to earn the money to nurture his family, to take care of his family, to make his home. So most of the needs of the money or the nourishment is for the domestic affairs rather than self, and the person is more giving. But the person wants to earn his money, even though analytically and data oriented decisions will come through him, but yet the person will still not move away from his principles and values, which the second house lord represents, and earn his nourishment through his ability to be able to stick to his values while being caring, while being nourishing of the family. If it goes into the other nakshatra ruled by Mercury, which is Revati, where all the 4 padas are in the Pisces sign, so this is a person who's very idealistic, very optimistic in trying to earn his remuneration, and very hopeful that if I work enough, if I work hard enough, then, and if I work dedicatedly, the money will be coming in. And this is a person who's very caring and very responsible in trying to earn his remuneration, while through his hard work he feels that eventually he will get what he wants, what he deserves. So this is a hard-working person, sometimes over-optimistic, and so sometimes has to wait long to be able to get what he deserves, what he desires, because Pisces is a more idealistic sign rather than being a more realistic sign. Now when the second house lord gets into the nakshatras ruled by Venus, Venus is the planet of money, but arts also, and also the good life, the good quality of the life. So this is a person who wants to earn the money to have good quality of life, also to live it up, but also wants the money so that he can also be taking care of his better half, or his romantic needs, or his spouse and his family, of course, but also for a good quality of life that he wants to lead. This is the person who wants to earn his money through more artistic endeavors, through more financially secure endeavors, through those decisions which are more financially sound, where the chance of making money is higher. So now, if within the Venus ruled nakshatras, if the second house lord goes into the nakshatra of Bharani, where all the 4 padas are in the Aries sign, so this is a person who wants to earn money through sheer hard work, through their dedication, and through the killer instinct. But at the same time, this is also a person who will always be looking at what the other person is earning. Is the other person earning more than me? And so there is also a degree of jealousy which creeps in if they find that somebody who's at their own level, the same level, but is earning more than them. So this person will use his intelligence and his materialistic desires to earn more money, and always have an eye on those opportunities where the person can make more money, even if it means to move out of the company or seek a new role. If it's the Purva Falguni nakshatra, which is in the Leo sign, all the 4 padas are in the Leo sign, so this is a person who will be very brave in taking decisions where the money is coming from, and this person also seeks power and authority for earning his money. This person feels that if I get a good designation, if I get a position of authority, power, influence, automatically the money will flow in, the nourishment will flow in. And this is also a person who wants to do something for his family and tribe, and also for even his extended family if his remuneration allows, but at the same time being somebody is very principled and he sticks to his values, and pride is very important, the self-respect is very important, because it is the Purva Falguni nakshatra where all the 4 padas are in the Leo sign. So a very responsible lieutenant, and somebody who will be very loyal and honest in doing their work, while still trying to be accountable for their work and try to earn their money through a lot of self-pride, through self-respect, and through a lot of hard work, and through taking the lead where the money is, and through that be able to get their nourishment, through that get their nourishment. If it's the Purva Shada nakshatra, where all the 4 padas of the nakshatra are in the Sagittarius sign, so this is a person who's very kind-hearted and very compassionate, also very striving hard, trying to get his money, trying to earn his moolah, trying to earn his nourishment. So because of his being kind-hearted towards his family, being very compassionate towards his family, but at the same time has strong ambition and a little bit fearless and also risk taking because of the Sagittarius energy. So this is a person who doesn't mind going long distance to earn his remuneration, or utilize his education, high qualification also to make his money, because Sagittarius is a sign of learning, is a sign of knowledge. But if need be, if he or she has to travel long distance even to get education, so that in the end they can get good nourishment, good remuneration, so that they can take care of the family, they can also take care of their own needs, they can take care of the good quality of life, then they will do it. Now, if the second house lord goes into the moon ruled nakshatras, all have the earth energies, because each of the 4 padas of each of their nakshatras are in the earth signs. And because it is the moon ruled nakshatra, so this is a person who is very creative in trying to earn his money, and tries to also get their earning through a lot of caring environment, serving environment, and nourishing environment, or very innovative, or through very innovative means. So this is the person who will not hesitate to being creative, to being innovative to earn his money, but usually they will get their money from those fields which are most supportive of the main fields, of the main function of the organization, more in the support roles. If they are in the main role, then they will be in a more caring environment in such a way that even in the main lead they will be supportive of others, caring of others, and will be in an industry which directly caters to the end customer. So usually such people may be working in the IT firm, in financial industries, or also in the caring industries, hospitality, in the service industry, and so forth. Now, if the second house lord goes into the nakshatra of Rohini, where all 4 padas are in the Taurus sign. So here, because of having Taurus energies and the second house lord going into Taurus, this is a very strong sign of, this is a very strong placement that the person will put a lot of effort to not only get his money and get his remuneration, but also have the stability in earning his money. This person is not chasing money so much, but financial security, and in trying to earn his or her financial security, they will also put in hard work and be steady at their place of work, but they will always be looking at opportunities if they get an opportunity of moving up the ladder of getting more financial remuneration. They need the good quality of life, they want the good quality of life, and any effort that is required to move up the ladder, they will do. Now, if the second house lord goes into the nakshatra of Hasta, all 4 padas are in the sign of Virgo. This is again another nakshatra ruled by Mercury. So here the person is extremely sincere in their work to be able to get their remuneration. Very, very independent, but very firm and very persuasive in the quality of work they do. And so these people will work hard, but also will be very demanding when it comes to getting their remuneration, because they have put in the hard work, and they are almost perfectionists in doing their work, very, very steady, very, very loyal. So at the end of the day, they expect the remuneration to come to them, they expect the higher monies to come to them, they expect the material desires to be satisfied, they expect the good quality of life to come to them, because they have worked hard for it. So this is a person who will work hard, who will also put in extra hours if need be, but at the end of the day will also demand his pound of flesh and will not let go of the money which he really deserves and desires. Now, if it goes into the second house lord goes into the nakshatra of Shravana, where all 4 padas are in the Capricorn sign. So this is a person who will be working hard and very dedicatedly in a very organized manner, in a very structured manner, to be able to get his money, because it is the Capricorn sign where all 4 padas of the Shravana nakshatra lie. So this is a person who will be very efficient, very loyal, very committed, and will also be following orders, will following the rules and regulations, will never take a wrong step just because of his money. And sometimes because these people don't want to go against the grind, so they also suffer a little bit in terms of getting higher money, but they also what they deserve and they desire. So sometimes they have to work hard over a period of time to eventually get to the remuneration, to the quality of life which they feel that they deserve. Better late than never. Now, if it's the Mars ruled nakshatras in which the second house lord gets into, so this is the placement where all 3 nakshatras ruled by Mars have the earth and the air sign, because 2 padas of each of the nakshatras ruled by Mars have the earth sign energies, and 2 padas have the air sign energies. So this is the person who will be working very hard, but will also be sociable and will work on the relationships to be able to earn their money, and they will have a fierce resolve because of the Mars energies to be have a killer instinct to get to their goal, especially where it concerns their remuneration, it concerns their livelihood. So if the second house lord gets into the nakshatra of Mrigashira, again ruled by Mars, but 2 padas are in Taurus, 2 padas are in Gemini. So this is a person very dedicated to his service, very steadfast in his work, but will be very communicative also, and will use their ability to influence, to communicate, to be able to leave a mark on others, and be able to use their communication skills to be able to extract a certain action from the opposite. So usually these people can do very well in marketing, also in social media, and to be connected to in direct one-to-one relationship with the customers or the clients, and through that they will make their money, or through social media or through online media, but their communication will be a strong part of their work. If it is the Chitra Nakshatra, in which the second house lord gets into, 2 padas are in Virgo, 2 padas are in Libra. So this is the person who will be very, very hardworking because of the Virgo energies, but it will also depend on the relationship and the ability to strike synergies, to be able to strike partnerships, to be able to work with people. So this is a person who will work hard, will be dedicated, but use relationships and the ability to be able to connect with people, and through that will be earning their livelihood. If it gets into the Dhanishta Nakshatra, where 2 padas are in the Capricorn sign, 2 padas are in Aquarius, so this is the person who will work hard, dedicatedly. Loyalty is very important for them, but they will have a larger perspective. They will have a very liberal perspective of where they want to earn their money. So usually these people, because of their hard work of Capricorn sign energies, but also liberal energies, large-sightedness, so these people end up working for large organizations, large causes. Very, very confident people, very stable people, very financially very keen people. So they end up very soon climbing the corporate ladder, or whichever company industry they are working in, and eventually getting what they deserve and what they desire both materialistically and as well as financially. Now if it's the Jupiter ruled nakshatra in which the second house lord is placed, so this is the person who will use their wisdom, the ability to be able to guide others, to be able to use their consulting skills, advising skills, teaching skills, and the expertise to be able to earn their money. And because Jupiter ruled nakshatras have the air and water energies, where 3 padas are in the air signs and 1 pada is in the water sign, so this is a person who will also be using both the hybrid energies of the air and water and nakshatras, but it will be the air sign energies because 3 padas are in the air sign. So if the second house lord goes in the nakshatra Punarvasu, where 3 padas are in Gemini and 1 pada is in Cancer, so very high degree of creativity in their communication skills, in their influential ability, but in a very caring manner, in a very understanding manner, in a very empathetic manner is what the person uses the energy to be able to earn their money. So as long as the communication is the key, and they are good in their communication, and they have the eye to be able to understand how they will be earning their money and putting their focus there, these people tend to end up on the final side of decision making, connecting to financial acumen, connecting to financially making their monies and having a better remuneration, seeking over a period of time through the communication skills and the ability to strike an empathetic chord with the end client, with the customers. If it's in Vishaka Nakshatra in which the second house lord goes, 3 padas are in Libra, 1 pada is in Scorpio sign. So this is a person who is purely very, very sociable, who will work hard to create those relationships, to create those partnerships, but will also be somebody who will also keep a few points hidden close to the chest, will not give out all their cards so easily, but very keen, very energetic, very, very enthusiastic in their work, and through that and strong goal orientation, eventually they achieve financial acumen that they want to reach through keen financial decision making, rather than being wishy-washy about the decision making, but somebody who will use the relationship path rather than tact or diplomacy to earn their monies. If it's the Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra in which the second house lord goes, a nakshatra ruled by Jupiter, here 3 padas are in the Aquarius sign and 1 pada is in the Pisces sign. So here the person will be working very hard, but will be very liberal in their thought process, and usually they will have some social connect, or working in large organization, working in large causes. So usually there will be something large that they work for, either in the company or with the masses or with some causes that they work for. And because 1 pada is in Pisces sign, so usually these people may also have some foreign element which gets connected to their work. But these people will also be very cynical of whether the hard work will get them to the goal where they are looking for financial acumen, but they are very resilient, and eventually through hard work and very optimistic perspective, they do reach financially in getting the remuneration, they get the nourishment that they think that they deserve and they desire. Now if it's the Saturn ruled nakshatra in which the second house lord goes, Saturn ruled nakshatras are all in the water signs, All 4 padas are either in the Cancer sign or in the Scorpio sign or in the Pisces sign. So the second house lord will bring in the energy of nourishment of resources that they get through being a lot of fluidity and being very flexible in how they attain their monies, but Saturn energies are being very dedicated, very organized also, while being very flexible. If it's the Pusha Nakshatra in which the second house lord goes, all 4 padas are in Cancer. So this is the person who may work very hard through a very service oriented but caring environment, very supportive and very nourishing environment, because your Saturn's energy of dedication is coming in, but the Cancer energies of also empathizing and supporting others and nourishment is coming in. So usually these people will end up as very good team players, somebody who will work hard to get the remuneration through service and in more service oriented roles, and even if they get into business, there will be some service angle to how they conduct their business, how they earn their remuneration. If it's the Anuradha Nakshatra in which the second house lord goes, where all 4 padas are in the Scorpio sign, so this is a person who will work very hard to be able to get the remuneration through those areas which may be either related to insurance, taxation, money, banking, IT, or something which they have to extract from below the ground, sometimes even connected to psychiatry, psychology, healing powers, even the occult. And through the ability to be able to get to the bottom of things, research, and through the analytical ability, they end up making their money, they end up making their remuneration. Now if it's the Rahu ruled nakshatras which the second house lord gets in, Rahu ruled nakshatras all have the air sign energies, because each of the 4 padas of each of the nakshatras, all the 4 padas are in the air sign, whether it's in Gemini or it's in Aquarius or it's in Libra. So if the second house lord goes into the nakshatras ruled by Rahu, so this is a very sharp acumen that they want to earn their money through, and because the Rahu is an energy where there is a lot of hunger for remuneration, for nourishment, for working, so these people sometimes may not look at very idealistic means of earning money, but more tactful, clever, analytical and intelligent ways to earn money. So if the second house lord goes into the nakshatra of Ardra, where all 4 padas are in Gemini, so this person has a lot of tact, being very witty, through established relationship and through be able to make very good social connects with people, and will floor people, with charm people, get into their good books, and through that creating the environment of harmony, friendships, and through that, through the rapport they are able to create through charming people, they end up making their money. If it's the Swati Nakshatra where all 4 padas are in Libra, surely relationship oriented person, but with the intellect and tact of Rahu. So these people are extremely adaptable. These people can always be seen, almost be seen as visionaries, though they may be sometimes very opinionated and stubborn, yet because of strong resolve and being self-confident, they end up making money through their Libra energy, through relationship making. If it's Satyabhasha Nakshatra where all 4 padas are in the Aquarius sign, so this is a person who will be having some societal causes which they will be looking at, and usually these people will, because of the Rahu energies but also having the strong societal connect, these people will also sometimes have setback in relationship because the Rahu's greed comes in, and so sometimes the relationships take a back seat, but they need to make money, it takes the front seat. So this is a person sometimes who initially will struggle to strike a chord with societal connections, through the societal connections, looking at the large causes and trying to balance between what they can do for society, what they can get. But eventually, because of the Rahu strong intellectual energies, they end up getting the remuneration. Though initially there is some struggle, there are ups and downs before the Rahu energy takes them to their target. Now if it's the Ketu ruled nakshatras which the second house lord gets in, all the 4 Ketu ruled nakshatras have the fire sign energies, because each of the 4 padas of the Ketu ruled nakshatras are either in the Aries sign or Leo sign or Sagittarius sign. If it's the Ashwini nakshatra in which the second house lord gets in, where all 4 padas are in Aries, so this is a very dynamic energy, extremely action oriented energy and very spontaneous energy. But sometimes these people can be very hasty, so sometimes they may take decisions based on higher remuneration they should be able to get, rather than thinking through whether this decision is right, because many of them they are led by their decisions related to financial growth rather than looking at the brand that they are working for and other things that they also need to look at. So as long as these people are careful and they don't jump into any decisions only regarding resources, long term this can be a very powerful energy, go getting killer's instinct through which they can get very high growth and good financial security as well. If it's the Magha Nakshatra where the second house lord gets into a nakshatra rule again by Ketu, but 4 padas are in Leo. So this is a person who through a lot of strong energy, through a lot of accountability, through a lot of leadership, and through being able to push their way through even the strongest of obstacles, they will be able to make the money. But again, they will be very self-conscious of their self-respect, taking pride in their actions, taking pride in their work, and through that earning the money. Sometimes they may also feel they are entitled to earning more money because of the leadership qualities and what competence they bring to the table. And so sometimes the struggle is hard, and because of the strong belief, it takes some time for them to be able to shift through all the challenges they come through. But because of the strong resolve, sun energies that they have, Leo energies, and the fiery resolve being a Ketu rule nakshatra, eventually they get to the top, they get through a leadership position, they get to the remuneration which they deserve. If it's the Mula nakshatra, where all 4 padas are in the Sagittarius sign, so this is an energy where the person will work in those industries which are healing industries, problem solving industries. Very, very disciplined person, very, very devoted person, completely uninhibited to which route he or she takes. And usually these people will go through ups and downs, but sometimes they will be down in the dumps, but they will rise like a phoenix through the ashes. And through the Sagittarius energies of being very positive, very outgoing, making connections, being ready to work across national boundaries, seeking a lot of knowledge, and through their knowledge, through the experience, through learning, they will end up, even after going through lots of ups and downs in their life, eventually they reach to a very financially secure position in their lives. So friends, now that we have talked about how in the different nakshatras ruled by other planets, how the second house lord behaves, how the person will focus hard on how they can earn their resources through borrowing the energies of the nakshatras, borrowing the energies of the planets, and through those energies, coupled with the fierce resolve, the steadiness of the second house of wanting to earn resources through principles and values, eventually they will get to their task. Sometimes through some nakshatras the journey will be easy, sometimes through some nakshatra energies it will be harder. Some nakshatras will make it more easy to earn their monies, but through focusing on specific energies of arts, artistic ability, innovation, creativity, and some of the nakshatras will make them work very hard, dedicatedly, through organized, disciplined effort before they eventually reach their targets. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.